What is up, Taurus? How are you guys doing? Guess what time it is, man? I'm gonna go ahead and get started on your August 2024 main monthly reading. August 2024, man. Pew! The years just keep flying by, dude. They just keep flying by. Seems like just yesterday I was sitting down doing the August 2020 readings. Dude, it's crazy. Anyway, I could talk about that all day. Let's go ahead and jump into this. For those of you who would like a personal reading, if you check right down here in the description of this video, you'll find a link that will take you straight to the page on my website where you can find everything you need as far as how to go about doing that. All right, let's jump on into this. Let's jump on in. I just want to do a general energetic overview between Taurus and the person that you're dealing with. General energetic overview. Taurus and the person you're dealing with. What's going on? What's going on? Uh-oh, we got that 10 of Wands though. So it kind of feels like this connection is becoming nothing but a burden to you. All right? I don't know what's going on here yet, but I can tell you one thing, this does not lift you up. This is not motivating you. This is not bringing out the best in you. Let's put it that way. This is weighing on you very heavily, and it could be starting to affect other areas and aspects of your life, possibly. Let's shuffle this twice and pull a spread. 1 and 2. Whoa. Oh, 10 of Swords jumped out there too. 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. You might be about to throw in the white towel on this. All right, 10 of Swords is giving up, throwing in the white towel. Let's see, some of you dealing with an Aries. 10 of Cups, though. So that's the sad thing. Maybe that's the reason why you've been carrying the burden of this particular situation for so long, because you know how much potential there is. There is no reason in the world why this should be such a mess. There's no reason for that. And I would even go as far as to say that I think that a life partnership is in this soul contract. I think so. See, okay, ask anybody that's come to me for a personal reading. 9 times out of 10, I don't care what your questions are. I don't care what you put in the description, you know. The first thing I look at, before I look at anything, before I look at timelines, before I look at energies, before I look at intentions, feelings, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, all this shit, the first thing that I'll look at is what kind of soul contract that we're dealing with. It's the first thing that I look at. Ask anybody that's come to me for a reading. And you know what I see more often than not? About 70% of the time, usually what I see is a soul contract that's already been completed. Right? I would say probably about 20% of the time, it's usually karmic in nature, and you all are just fucking it all the way up, right? And then about 5% of the time, you're dealing with a situation in which there is no contract at all. Y'all don't even have a contract. Now, in this particular situation, I do think that this is supposed to be a long-term contract. Long-term, 10 of Cups. Now, I think you know that too. You feel it in your soul. Maybe that's the reason why you've just been dealing with this as much as you have. But I think you're this close to throwing in the white towel. This close. Okay, well, that's about all it's telling me right now. With the King of Wands reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, just doesn't really seem like this person gives much of a fuck. Doesn't really seem like they care. You know, maybe you could be dealing with somebody that's a big control freak, you know, wants everything to be done their way. I think that they are absolutely refusing to look at the truth of the situation. So, actually though, I don't know why this message is coming through, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this. You're holding yourself together very well through this. You may be thinking that everybody is looking at you and they can tell that something's wrong because this You're just not dealing with this very well. But to the contrary, can't nobody tell. This is the way everybody's seeing you right here, is the Queen of Pentacles. Can't nobody tell that you're dealing with nothing. Nobody can tell that you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. So you're holding your composure pretty well. Tauruses are usually pretty good at that. Well, most fixed signs are usually pretty good at that. Not always, but more often than not. All right, well, let's see the person that you're dealing with and their energies, intentions, feelings, and all that good stuff. How do they feel about you? How do they see you? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? What's going on here? Oh, see, they're not really an emperor. They're actually an emperor reversed. Okay. See, this person is actually very insecure. Very insecure. They may be intimidated by you too. They very well may. So, and the Magician reversed again for the second time. That came out in the last spread, and I didn't mention it. But this person is absolutely a manipulator. If you wonder, that's a question that I do get, not all the time, but it's not uncommon for somebody to ask me, is this person trying to manipulate me? Right? So if that's a question that you have in your mind, you can't tell whether or not you're being manipulated, you bet your damn skippy ass this person is a manipulator. But you know what I think it is? When it all comes down to it, this person is intimidated by the intensity of this connection. They want to feel like they have it all under control. They want other people to think that they have it all under control. And this connection is so intense that they feel like you have so much power over them, and they don't like that. They don't like that at all. They don't feel like feeling like you have the upper hand because this connection is so strong. So strong. This person's too emotionally immature, see? They're too emotionally immature. They don't know how to process and facilitate a connection of this magnitude. They don't know how. See, 10 of Wands for them too. But little do they know, if they would just put their ego aside and let their guard down and be vulnerable, you all could build something. Y'all could be fucking life partners, dude. You all absolutely have the capability of building a life partnership. If they would just squeeze hard enough to pop their head out of their ass, this could be something very successful. But I think their ego was just too big. I think so. Their ego was just too goddamn big, bro. Could be a Gemini for some of you. See who I got here. I got 2 Aries cards. I also have Cancer, Gemini, and that's it. Okay. Well, let's see how this is playing out. Will it take a turn for the best? Take a turn for the worst? Or just plateau out and stay the same? How's it playing out? How is it playing now? Dun-dun-dun. How's it playing out? Boom-boom. How's it playing out, boy? Look at that card. You don't really need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, right? The tension is building. This person is not letting their guard down. They are not letting their guard down. I don't see you all separating, though. I do not see you all separating. You're hanging in there. You are not giving up on this. You're not giving up on this at all. Wow, this is so tedious. So tedious. You are not giving up on this at all because you know the potential. When you know that there's that much potential, and it's on a soul level. Like, I think a lot of you can't even really describe how you know. You just feel it on such a deep level that the two of you could build something so successful. And there is no logical reason why they should be so damn up in their ego that you're holding on to this. So, looks like August is probably going to be a bit of a plateau. Let's get the advice. Let's see, is there anything that you can do? Is there anything that Taurus can do to help steer things in the right direction? Is there anything that Taurus can do to help steer things in the right direction? Queen of Wands reversed. Well, sometimes you just got to loosen your grip a little bit. Loosen your grip a little bit and step back. Yeah, I think that's about all you can really do with this situation here. I'm not saying completely let go, but I'm also not saying cling for dear life. Let's meet in the middle. Just loosen your grip a little bit and just slowly step back. Slowly step back. Hopefully, ideally, if you begin to loosen your grip and kind of step back from this situation, that will make the light come on in their head. Sometimes, you know how most of the time people don't realize what they have until it's gone, right? Well, how do we get somebody to open their eyes and see what they have without losing it first? So that you get what I'm saying here? That's why I say maybe loosen your grip and just slowly step back. It's about all you can do here. About all. My concern, though, is that if you do get this in the right place, heading in the right direction, that you might be so depleted that it might be too late. You might just be like, man, I don't even have the fucking emotional strength to do this. I'm not seeing that here. I'm just saying that is a possibility with the way things are going that could manifest later on down the line. That's my only concern here. Loosen your grip a little bit and just start slowly stepping back. Slowly. Okay? I do the best that I can to try to meet you in the middle when it comes to the advice. The best that I can. All right. Let's see what's due to come in next for the singles. Who is the next person due to come in for the Taurus singles? Who's the next person due to come in for the singles? Boom. Could be somebody younger than you. Could be a fire sign for some of you. I don't even want to speak on that yet. Hang on. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So the next person coming in is going to be something long term. I can tell you that much. Now, this person might come across a little bit immature. For some of you, they could be much younger than you. Now, here's the thing. I think they are fresh out of a relationship. I think that they are. But just to let you know ahead of time, they are not trying to get back with their ex. But they are fresh out of a relationship, and they are still carrying the baggage of that relationship into this one. Now, that's not a guaranteed deal breaker, not guaranteed intrinsically, but, if you're not energetically careful and, you don't give this person the room to breathe and heal and release it, then that's when it could cause problems later on down the line. I don't have time to dig that rabbit hole up right now, but they are fresh out of a relationship. When I say fresh out, I mean within the last few months. but they are doing some healing. But this person seems very, very simple. They don't really seem like a really deep, profound, complex person that's really complicated and confusing. Person's very, very, very simple. You might kind of, I don't know, maybe some of you might get a little bit bored. But they seem like a very simple type of person that just wants peace and happiness, and that's it. They don't really seem like the type of person that has really high standards, like you have to bring this to the table and you have to bring that to the table and this and that and that and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Peace and happiness. As long as you bring peace and happiness, I'm cool. If you don't be bringing peace and happiness, if all you be bringing is drama, then fuck you. That's what this looks like to me. And like I said, I do think that you can kick your running shoes off and get comfy because you ain't going nowhere. Could be a Scorpio for some of you. Could be a fellow Taurus. I also have Leo here. Good God, man. All that fixed energy. All that fixed energy. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. Mixing fixed signs can get ugly easily. Okay. Well, let's see what their intentions are at the deepest level. So far, this person doesn't really seem all that deep. But we'll see if I can dig them up a little bit deeper. What's this person's feelings, energy, and intentions at the deepest level? They ain't playing games. No, they ain't. They are not about no goddamn games. They dead serious. They may have a silly, funny, playful side to them, but they dead for serious. They ain't about to play no games. Oh no. Absolutely not. Okay. All right. So I don't think, I think this is by accident. They're a little bit scared. There's a part of them that's a little bit scared and a little bit nervous because they didn't find you because they were looking for you. Okay? This is pretty random. They weren't expecting or looking for a long-term relationship. I think this is kind of very random and out of the blue. So they're a little bit scared. A little bit scared because I do think that their last relationship was probably nothing but a bunch of games and drama, and you know how that shit goes. Y'all know how that shit goes. That's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. But it's the last relationship was nothing but a bunch of drama, a bunch of games, and all that bullshit. They don't want that. They don't want that. So they're a little bit scared. A little bit scared. And they're a little bit guarded. But other than that, though, this person's very simple. They're not very deep. This person's not a very, very deep person with all these complex layers to them. Not really. So, I don't really have much more to say about them. Again, could be a fellow Taurus for you. I also have Gemini. I got Taurus and Gemini here. All right. Oh, I got Libra too. All right. I can't say anything else about this person's energy other than their intentions are good. Their intentions are solid. Okie dokie. Well, let's see how it plays out for the first month. How's it playing out for the first month? The first month, cuz. Ten of Cups reversed. So I don't think it's going to reach that place of solid stability and happily ever after in the beginning. It's probably going to be slow to get to that point. Yeah, that's going to be slow rolling to get to that point. Ace of Pentacles upright, Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, pretty slow. It's gonna be slow as fuck. Why is this so general and boring? Why is this so damn general and boring, dude? But I do think that after the first month, that's when things are going to start picking up very heavily energetically. It might kind of catch you off guard after the first month because you may start kind of feeling like you're getting an idea of where this is going vibrationally, what it's like to be with this person. And then, okay, so say for example, okay, so the first month, y'all talk, FaceTime every day, and you go out once a week. Just for example, like every day you don't go a day without talking to this person. And then after the second month, they let you know, hey, I just got called in to do some overtime. I'm going to be at work for 12 hours tomorrow. I got to pull a 12-hour shift tomorrow, and I can't have my phone with me. I'm just for example, just play along. And so I won't be able to talk to you all day. So for the first time, you go all day without talking to them, and that's when it hits you. Whoa, holy shit. I'm going crazy not talking to this person. I didn't realize I had those kind of feelings for you. So that's what is probably going to take a little bit for you to understand. You don't really realize the feelings you're catching until like you go a day without seeing or hearing from them. And then it hits you and you're like, oh, fuck. You know, you see what I'm saying, right? Well, let's see if we have any advice. What's the advice? No games. I know none of us want to, well, I can't say none of us, but I think most of the people who, at least if you follow me, you ain't trying to play no games, but let it be known. Let this person be able to see very clearly that you mean business, right? Okay. Man, 10 of Cups again, boy. Be flexible. Be very, very flexible. Be willing to bend and flex and mold and grow. Let me tell you a little secret about happy, successful relationships, okay? Happy, healthy, successful relationships don't exist because the two people have no problems or challenges. That's not a real happy, successful relationship. If you've been with somebody for 6 months, a year, and you ain't never had an argument, not one, somebody's full of shit. Somebody blowing smoke up your ass. You ain't never had one argument with somebody in a year. Somebody's being fake. Somebody is. So there will naturally be challenges, obstacles, and problems. The successful relationships are the ones where the two people are willing to bend and flex and mold and grow together as a team. So other than that, though, don't try to sit around and overthink this person. Don't waste a bunch of time trying to figure them out. This person's really not that deep. They're really not. I think this person is a very what you see is what you got kind of person. I think so. I don't think there's anything hidden under there. There's no ulterior motives. There's no hidden intentions. What you see is pretty much what you got with this person. So just don't sit around and drive yourself nuts trying to figure them out. They're not that complicated, okay? Other than that, though, man, it looks like if you play your cards right, no pun intended, it could be very successful. If you notice, that comes through a lot here, at least in my readings. The next person coming in, not always, but very frequently, lots of potential for success. What goes wrong? What happens? Why does potential get flushed down the toilet so frequently? Okay, well, all right. let's go ahead and take a look at the person that you dealt with in the past. If you're not inquiring about somebody you have past history with, this is not for you. This is only for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Taurus family who are inquiring about an individual that they dealt with in the past. Let's see. What's happening? Any action happening? Closure? Communication? Apologies? Shoulda, coulda, wouldas? What's the dealio, Emilio? Let's see. Boom. The Stalker card. They be watching you. Of course, every fucking time the Stalker card comes out, so does the Six of Wands. So you know what that means, right? What it means is they're watching you very closely, and they're sitting there with their fingers crossed, hoping that you're watching them too. And they're putting on a show for you. Putting on a show for you. Hoping that you're watching. Are you? I don't know if you are or not, but just for those of you who do, stalk this person back. This little show that they're putting on, where it looks like they're doing so good and they're so happy and all that bullshit. It's a crock of shit. It's a crock of shit. Yeah, well, Ten of Swords. But, Two of Wands, Page of Cups reversed, Two of Cups reversed. Not a lot happening. This person just sitting around spying on you. Let's see what their intentions are. Why the hell are they just sitting around spying on you? Why are they spying on you? What are they trying to find out? What do they want to know? Deck. Let's see. I haven't used this one yet. What are they trying to find out? Why are they watching you? What do they want to know? What's this person's true feelings, energy, and intentions towards Taurus universe? Boom. The Star card. Do they miss you? Do they want to be with you? Do they want to get back with you? Do they want to apologize for what they did? What? Devil card. Sun card again. Okay. Lover's card. But check this out. Okay, so look at this. Look. We got Death card upright, Tower card reversed. Lover's card upright, Ten of Cups reversed. Okay? So what this kind of tells me is they still feel a really, really, really strong connection with you. But they don't want to get with you. They don't want to get back with you. I think that they would love nothing more. And believe it or not, as fucked up as this sounds, this comes through a lot. I see this message come through a lot. They would love nothing more than for you to come begging and pleading to get back with them, right? But not so y'all can get back together, so that they can reject you. They would love the opportunity to be able to reject you, because that would blow their ego up and make them feel good about themselves. There are people that fucked up out there. Oh, yes, there is. I have an idea that some of you have been racking your brain trying to figure out this person's intentions. And honestly, I don't think there's anything about this person that you don't know. I don't think so. They're not that complicated. They're not that articulately thought out. They're just that fucked up. They're just that fucked up. Like, seriously. Look, I know what it's like to sit around and overthink somebody and give them way more credit than they deserve. Honestly, I know what it's like. I have wasted years of my life sitting around analyzing somebody, trying to figure out what's really going on with them. When there wasn't nothing going on with them, they're just that fucked up. You'd be like, there's no way somebody is that selfish. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There's no way that somebody is that fucked up. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Anyway, let's see. Are they taking action towards you? Are they taking action towards you? Nah, they too scared. They too scared. They too scared. They already know what you're going to say, or at least they think they know what you're going to say. Well, what's the advice for Taurus then in regards to the person from the past? Would it be a good idea for you to reach out to this person? What's the advice? Five of Swords. Okay. I don't like that energy. I don't like that energy. You're going to have to set some really strong boundaries with this person. I'm trying to meet you in the middle here. If you are losing sleep because you just absolutely have to talk to this person, make sure your boundaries are so goddamn strong an elephant couldn't break through them motherfuckers, man. And don't get your hopes up. And I know that sounds fucked up. Let me word it differently. Let me try to be euphemistic about it. Take your expectations of how you think the conversation might go and delete them. Delete them. Take your expectations of who you thought this person was and delete them. Go into this with an open heart and an open mind. There's a possibility that you could have had me completely bamboozled the whole time I've known you. It's possible. There's people out there like that. For real. So, be careful though. Be careful. With the King of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Swords, this energy right here, you're going to have some solid ass boundaries. Solid boundaries. And, okay. Don't expect this person to give you closure. Don't expect that. Find your own closure first. And here's how you find closure, okay? I'm going to try the best I can to cram this into a nutshell. Okay, so when we have unresolved, unfinished business, we have unanswered questions, we want closure. Why is that? Why that is because we had a very specific picture painted in our mind. We had a picture painted in our mind of who we thought someone was, how we thought they felt, what we thought their intentions are, and where we thought our future was heading, right? We had it all painted out in our head. Well, then something happens that proves to you that this person is not who you thought they were. They did not feel the way you thought they felt. Their intentions were not what you thought they were. And your future was not headed in the direction that you thought it was. Well, the ego will cling to dear life, for dear life, to that picture that it painted in its imagination. And what that closure is, wanting closure, if you really analyze yourself at the deepest level, all that is your ego wanting something to validate that picture that it painted in its imagination. That's all wanting closure really is. You know how to find closure in your own heart? just be willing to step back and say, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was fooled. I was bamboozled. I was conned that whole time. I thought I knew you, and I fucking didn't. So just delete it. Delete who you thought they were. And it's hard at first. But the more you practice it, the more it gets easier. And find your own closure in your own heart. And then see if you're even interested in talking to this person. You never know. You might just be willing to lay it to rest and say, no, I'm good. We'll see. It depends. But anyway, I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, check down in the description of the video if you would like a personal reading. The link that will take you straight to that page on my website is right down there in the description. All right, y'all, I'm out of here now. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.